Take it to 42nd Street. Take it to a movie.
Man, have all them dope things hidden on her? No.
Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. I'm 4K Cinema HD and this is my Blu-ray collection haul video update. This video update I'm going to be showing what I picked up during the Arrow video sale haul that they had between December and January. I have 10 titles here. So we're going to start off with the first 5 and this is going to be a 2-part collection haul video. So we're going to begin with part 1 showing you the first 5 Arrow titles that I got during the sale. Without any further ado, let's start with number 1 from the Arrow video haul. Coffee is a 1973 American blaxploitation film written and directed by American filmmaker Jack Hill. The story is about a black female vigilante played by Pam Grier who plays a nurse by day and vigilante at night. The story also unfolds when Coffee finds out that her younger sister becomes a victim of the drug trade and the drug pushing that's going on in the neighborhood. Her sister overdoses on drugs and wants to go out and find the culprits responsible for her sister's death. Jack Hill will also later collaborate with Pam Grier in 1974's Foxy Brown, which was also a huge success along with Coffee. Coffee came about when American International Pictures head of production Larry Gordon lost rights to the film Cleopatra, and right afterwards requested Hill quickly make a movie about an African-American woman's revenge on society. So he hooked up with Pam Grier, who worked with him on The Big Dollhouse in 1971, and ended up making more money than Cleopatra Jones and established Pam Grier as an iconic figure of the blaxploitation genre. On to the Blu-ray packaging. Frankenhooker is a 1990 American black comedy horror film directed by Frank Henenlotter. Frank Henenlotter also directed such cult classics as Basket Case 2, and Brain Damage. The film is very loosely inspired by Mary Shelley's novel Frankenstein. The film stars James Lorenz as a medical school dropout, Jeffrey Franken, and former Penthouse pet Patty Mullen as the title character Frankenhooker. Her character, Elizabeth Shelley, has a freak accident involving a lawnmower. Jeffrey is determined to put his fiancée back together again, so he reassembles his girlfriend using parts for a variety of New York City prostitutes. A very bizarre situation indeed happens when he has to figure out a way how to kill these prostitutes without having any fingers pointed to him, so he invents the super crack. As the super crack takes effect into the prostitutes, they blow up and he assembles their pieces and puts back his lovely Elizabeth Shelley back together again in this funny cult classic comedy from Frank Henenlotter and produced by James Glickenhaus from Exterminator 1 fame. Definitely a cult classic indeed, so we're gonna go take a look at the Blu-ray packaging right now. The Stuff is a 1985 American science fiction horror film written, produced, and directed by Larry Cohen. The film stars Michael Moriarty, Garrett Morris, Andrea Moraccovici, and Paul Savino, and also Danny Aiello. Larry Cohen also directed the It's Alive trilogy and also Q the Wind Serpent. The film is about a delicious, mysterious goo that oozes from the earth and is marketed as the newest dessert sensation. But the tasty treats rots more than just teeth when zombie-like snackers who only want to consume more than the strange substance at any cost begin infesting the world. This movie is very similar to the 1950s The Blob film, but this time, instead of it looking like a jello-like substance, you have a dessert-looking ice cream monster trying to kill and take over the world. And now on to the Blu-ray packaging. Life Force is a 1985 science fiction horror film directed by Tobe Hooper and written by Dan O'Bannon. It's based on Colin Wilson's 1976 novel The Space Vampires. The film features Steve Railsback, Peter Forth, Frank Finley, and Mathilda May and Patrick Stewart. The film portrays the events that unfold after a trio of humanoids in the state of suspended animation are brought to Earth after being discovered in the hold of an abandoned European space shuttle. The film, like I said, is directed by Tobe Hooper, whose other notable films are Poltergeist and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and written by Dan O'Bannon, who also directed Return of the Living Dead and wrote the 1979 Ridley Scott film Alien. This is a terrific vampire, sci-fi, action, end-of-the-world type of film, and it was highly enjoyable, and I really liked it. And now on to the Blu-ray package. City of the Living Dead is a 1980 Italian horror film from gore master Lucio Fulci. This is the beginning of the Gates of Hell trilogy that Fulci presented, with this being the first City of the Living Dead. Right after came The Beyond, and then came a house by the cemetery. The film stars Christopher George and Catriona McCall. The film tells the story about a priest who gashly commits suicide in a cemetery, and during a seance in New York City, Catriona McCall's character Teresa experienced a traumatic vision of the priest's father hanging himself from a tree branch in the cemetery in the remote village of Dunwich, in which, after he commits suicide, he unleashes the gates of hell, and it is up to her and fellow reporter Peter Bell, played by Christopher George, to close the gates of hell. Great start to the official Dead trilogy from Lucio Fulci, The Gates of Hell. And now onto the Blu-ray packaging. Thank you for watching part 1 of my Blu-ray collection haul from Arrow Video. So hope you enjoyed these 5 titles. And stay tuned for part 2 for the other 5 titles that I got during the Arrow Video wholesale. Until then, I will see you in the next video in part 2.